We're going to start right here today in a comfortable position, finding our breath before we move into anything else. So when you're ready, meet me in a comfortable spot. Find a place that you can really anchor down into the mat. If you have any wiggles, take them out. And let the arms rest into the lap. We're going to get started with some breathing just to tune in to our bodies and tune everything else out. So close the eyes or take your gaze to the floor. And I just want you to start observing your breath first. Is it shallow? Does it feel taxed? Is it comfortable? Paying attention to anything that you're feeling from the breath, or any sensations that you're holding on to, whether that's tightness, tension. Good, let's take a big, deep inhale together through the nose, nice and slow. And softly sigh it out. Again, one big deep breath in through the nose, nice and slow. And slowly sigh it out. Last time, big deep inhale. And soft exhale. Softening the shoulders with that exhale. Softening the face. Go back to observing that breath. Then I want you to round the spine, bring the hands to the knees, and stretch out through the back. Push the chest forward, drawing the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good. Now take a couple of breaths on your own to move into that seated cat. And then into the seated cow. Rounding the spine, tucking the hips, separating through the shoulders, and then pressing the chest forward as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, arching the back. Good. And then take the crown of the head to the ceiling. Let the arms be heavy in the lap. We're just going to stretch out the neck, tilting the head to the left. We're going to slowly circle the head to the front as the chin comes to the chest. Circling the head over to the right. We're going to take the bottom half of a circle, moving the ear from the left to the right. I should say moving your head to bring the ear over the shoulder. Take these at your own pace, nice, slow, half circles to bring the head from the left to the right and the right to the left. Finding a stretch through every movement along the way. And if you feel an area that's super tight, just stay there for a moment and breathe into that tightness. And then continue with that bottom half circle. Wherever you are, meet me with the left ear over the left shoulder. Relax the shoulders. Then we're going to slowly bring the chin over the left shoulder, keeping that head tilted, finding a deeper stretch through the front of the shoulder into the chest on that right side. We have muscles that connect from the neck down to the collarbone. You should feel a stretch right there. Good, bring the chin to the chest. And then slowly bring the right ear over the right shoulder. Now, while your head is tilted to the right, I want you to slowly direct your chin back over that right shoulder until you feel a stretch in the left side of the chest, maybe connected to the collarbone. Find that stretch and hold. Very good. Release that stretch. Bring the chin over the right shoulder, tilting the head up. And we're going to take the top half of that circle, drawing the chin up the right side through the center into the left. Do this at your own pace. Move slow, and if you feel an area that's extra tight, hold it out in that tightness for a second, and then keep moving. Very good. Let's bring the head back to neutral. We're going to reach the right arm up and slowly draw the left forearm to the mat. Stretching out through the upper body before we get into our breathing to make sure that we have space and mobility, the flexibility to move the rib cage. Good. Let's draw that right arm down over the right ear, reaching the fingers to the left. And then slowly come up. We're going to bring the right forearm down to the mat, taking a side bend, move slow. And if you need to stay up to the fingertips, that's totally fine. Find your side body stretch and hold. Be gentle. This is your first stretch of the day, as it is fine. Find that side body stretch and hold. And if you want to go deeper, you can take that left hand and bring it down, drawing that left bicep over the left ear. Good. Slowly lift it up. We're going to bring the hands behind you. Roll the shoulders down and back and press the chest up. Pull those shoulders back. I want you to stretch all the way across the chest. Lift the chin up to the ceiling and hold it here. Really press that heart open. Very good, and relax. We're going to take that left arm up and slowly twist to the right, bringing that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Just to assist in that twist, we're going to wake up through the spine, twisting to the right, maybe looking over the right shoulder. Good, we're going to go to the other side. The left hand will come down behind you. The right arm goes up. And then twist to the left, bringing that right hand to the outside of that left knee, just to support the twist. Maybe you look over the left shoulder. Very good. Unwind. And let's walk the hands out in front, folding over the center of our legs. Let the spine relax. Maybe you can bring the forearms to the floor, finding a stretch along the back, maybe into the hips. Now push through the arms and round through the back. And we're going to slowly sit up one vertebrae at a time. Sit nice and tall. Very good. We're going to bring our right hand down and take our legs out to the left. Stacking the knees and the ankles. Bringing the palm further out than underneath the shoulder. And then I want you to sink that right side body towards the mat. You're going to feel a nice big stretch through the right side of the body. So here we are. Good length in the spine. We're going to slowly melt that right side towards the mat. Sinking in the shoulder. We're not thinking about our posture right here. We're thinking about the stretch that we can feel in the deep muscles along the right side. Good. Now let's straighten out that top leg. Drive that right knee into the mat and lift the hips up, reaching the left arm up and over. Counter stretch on the left side of the body. Good. Slowly bring it down. We're going to keep that left leg straight. Keeping the right knee bent. We're just going to lean to the left. Want to find a stretch deep in that low back. Really lean until you feel a stretch in the right low back. Once you find that stretch, just hold. Loosening up all the muscles surrounding the rib cage. We're going to start a breathing practice here in just a few minutes. Just want to loosen up first. Good. Maybe that left hand reaches for the left foot. Maybe you can push that right palm into the right thigh to help really push yourself over to the left. Finding extra space in the low back on the right side. Very good. Let's bring the legs over to the right side. Stacking the knees and the ankles. Bringing that palm a little bit further out. So typically when we're in a side plank or any side position, we want the palm underneath the shoulder. Here we want to scoot that palm out. So we have space to let that left side body sink down towards the mat. Just sink into the shoulder and let the side stretch out. We're looking for a stretch deep in that side on the left. Very good. Bring it to a seat. We're going to straighten out that right leg, lifting that torso up. Bring that left palm underneath the left shoulder and drive the left knee into the mat to lift the hips up and counter stretch on the right side. Reaching up and over. Slowly bring it back down. We're going to keep that left leg bent and that right leg long as we get into that low back stretch on the left. Lean to the right. You should also feel a hamstring stretch here on the right side. As you lean to the left, I want you to feel a stretch in this left low back. So maybe you reach that left hand for the right leg to really stretch out through the whole side of the body. explore some things. Maybe you press the palm into the thigh to really push yourself to the right, assisting in that stretch on the left part of the low back. Maybe you reach the right hand, the foot if you can, or the ankle. Just help pull yourself a little bit further over. Maybe you reach the left hand for the right leg or the right foot. Really finding the stretch along the entire side body. Very good. Now we're going to bring it to a tabletop position. We're going to practice box breathing. In this tabletop position, I want you to tuck the toes and just sit the hips back to the heels. We're going to practice something before we actually move into a position. I want you to know what it feels like before we get there. That way, once you're there, you know what it's supposed to feel like and what it actually feels like. All right, so box breathing. Most of us, when we breathe, we take a breath and we lift our chest. Instead of thinking of breathing up, I want you to think of breathing out to fill a box. So as you take an inhale, the lungs are rising, but they're also expanding out to the sides. Filling that entire box with air and then slowly deflating it. Try it by breathing in and expanding the ribs out to the sides. And then squeezing everything in together. Now, box breathing. We're going to breathe in for 4. You can untuck the toes and sit at the tops of the feet, stretching out through the top of the foot. As we practice a couple of rounds of this 4-count box breath, we're going to breathe in for 4. We'll hold for 4. We'll breathe out for 4, and we'll hold for 4. We'll try 2 rounds of this. And when take a nice natural breath on your own, breathe in and pause. Breathe out and pause. Again, breathe in, pause, and breathe out and pause. Good. That's what that's going to look like. We're going to do that in a couple of different positions just to practice what it might feel like to have these breaths in this manner in different positions. So first, let's take the easiest pose possible, moving and stretching through the hips. Take the knees wide, bring the big toes to touch, and we're just going to push back to a child's pose. Get comfortable here. Let the upper body sink down towards the floor and relax the forehead to the mat. Take a big breath, practicing that expansion of the rib cage out to the side to fill the box. Take a couple of those breaths. Expanding out to the sides. And squeezing everything in on the exhale. One more time. Very good. We're going to start with that 4-count inhale. Let's go. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more time. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Very good. Let's lift the hips. Find your natural breath. Bring the knees in underneath the hips. And then we're going to bring the arms out a little bit until the elbows are in front of the shoulders. Maybe you reach the arms a little bit longer. Bringing the chin to the mat this time. Practice a couple of breaths, breathing in through the box, expanding through the rib cage, and exhale. Let's try that one more time. Exhale. Very good. You feel how the breathing can be different from different positions. We want to get comfortable with this box breathing in any position. So find that chin to the mat, and we're going to breathe in for 4. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more time. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Very good. Lift it up to a tabletop and take a couple of natural breaths. Let's bring the palms out in front and slowly lower the hips down to the mat. Be easy and gentle. Come down to the forearms. Find a couple of expansive breaths, filling up that box with air. Again. Let's find that 4 count. Box breathing. Breathe in for 4. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Last time, inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Very good. Back to that natural breath. Roll on to the right side. Grab that prop or that yoga block, and we're going to take it to our back. I want you to bring the prop or the block, whatever you're using, to the low back. Bending the knees and finding a spot that your hips can rest onto that prop or that block. Now it will be different areas for each of us. My tailbone is off the end of the block, and the block is supporting the back of my pelvis, right in that lower lumbar area of the back. Now with our hips raised, maybe bring the palms to the belly. And let's take that big expansive box breath, expanding the rib cage out to the sides. Again, Let's take that 4 count inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more time. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Good. You can lift the hips, remove that block, and let the low back rest onto the mat. You can bring the block or the prop underneath the head if you like, or you can just leave it off to the side. Couple of natural, easy breaths. And let's sway the knees side to side. Very good. We're going to bring the legs out long and let the feet fall open to relax. Now maybe your head is rested on the prop, or maybe the prop is off to the side. Either way, whatever is comfortable for you. We're going to bring the arms overhead. We're going to take those expansive breaths, taking the ribs out through the sides of the body. Big, deep breath. And exhale. Big, deep breath in. And exhale. Good. Let's find that 4 count inhale. And pause. Exhale. And pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Again, inhale. Pause. And exhale. Pause. Find your natural breath. Let the arms come down. Take as much space as you would like up onto that floor. Let the palms face up. Close the eyes if they are not already. Let's relax the face. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the tongue and the jaw. Letting the shoulders go. Let the arms be heavy. Resting the low back and the hips. Letting the legs be long and heavy onto the mat. There's no tension in the fingers or the toes. You just breathe in lightness. Feeling as light as you can as the ground is holding your body. Finding the simplicity and the ease of this natural breath. from this comfortable position. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bring that right arm up overhead and let's roll on to the right side. Slowly make your way to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for Stretch and Breathe.